What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So of course the reviews have finally started to unravel for Spider-Man Miles Morales, showing new gameplay and confirming a bunch more details regarding the open world, which is just absolutely incredible. But on top of that stuff, what's even better is Insomniac Games today revealed two brand new suits that will be coming to the remastered version of Spider-Man, of course PlayStation 4, but also that these suits will be coming to the PS4 version as well, but they're still waiting on a date on that, I believe. But we've got tons of stuff to talk about, and the biggest one here is what you're seeing on screen. And shout out to the person who posted it on Reddit. I'm going to be linking that original post in the description below, but of course it's just a side-by-side comparison of the new Peter Parker versus the PlayStation 4 Peter Parker. So this is something we know had a lot of controversy about, and it led to some really horrible things regarding threats to the devs and so forth. So it was a really crazy time, but now seeing these two side-by-side comparisons, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I think the new version looks 100 times better, and at first I was feeling a bit weird with the new face remodel. Of course, just the fact that we've already played a campaign with, of course, the first Spider-Man game and that model of Peter Parker, but nonetheless I think it's safe to say that this one looks really good. And the attention to detail on the suit as well, seeing the suit being damaged, that's something that we've been wanting at least for a long time since Spider-Man PS4 initially dropped, right? So let me know in the comments below what you think on this. Drop a like as always, and let's dive into the information. So first and foremost, the two new suits that will be coming to the remastered version of this game, as you can see on screen, that were captured on the PlayStation 5. All I can really say to this is just wow, these two suits just look absolutely incredible, and I'm really excited to just see how many suits there are going to be in general for Spider-Man Miles Morales, because with all the reviews now going live, I don't want to show all the other suits, but we've been seeing some really crazy ones. Again, I don't want to show for spoiling reasons, but some suits that you just didn't expect to make an appearance that are either almost just recolors as well, but make a huge difference. And one thing that I've noticed is the way the NPCs are in this new version of the game. When it comes down to how many NPCs are walking there with umbrellas and so forth, like reacting to their, I guess, current scenario, and I think that is really good. But we do have some new information regarding the situation with Spider-Man Miles Morales as a whole. Now, this information comes from Andrew Reiner regarding, of course, well, should I say via Gaming Informer, and there's also one with Polygon which explains the new Spider-Man PS4 remastered suits and all the other suits as well, and essentially their background to that. So with those suits, by the way, one's the advanced armored one, that's the white suit, and then of course you got the other suit which is the Rider one, and again this is going way back to comics and so forth. It's meant to have that feel, so some really exciting stuff. I'll link that one in the description below. But Andrew Reiner's review on this was definitely interesting, to say the least. Now, it's also the fact that this game is not almost what you expect in the sense of like how much stuff's going to be going on around the world, but how it just works out perfectly, right? And how also that Insomniac Games have tied in a teaser for the future series, of course, for Spider-Man as well. So first of all, a key thing, two paragraphs I want to point out. So the first one is that the open world activities are better designed this time around, and there is a strong focus on limiting repetition, right? That's something that a lot of people did find annoying. Well, not annoying, but again, it was just becoming repetitive, so it became boring, right? Doing the same crimes and so forth, right? So essentially with that, now you don't have to engage with many crimes at all, and in hindsight, all you need to do is just basically complete the missions and find all collectibles in order to reach 100% completion. And I think that's good. It's just straight to the point. Again, we do know that the campaign for this game, I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was around like 10 hours, right? So that's what led to the whole, you know, a lot of people in fact saying that this is just a DLC game and so forth, but no, it is a standalone game. But that being one point, right? So 100% completion seems like it's going to be easier than it was before, and also having all nearby activities on the Handy Phone app, which is designed by Miles' friend, again, which I believe is pronounced Ganke Lee or Janke Lee, who basically helps streamline the process. And of course, the purpose with that as a whole is just reducing your need to spend time on the menu screen, but you still need to go there for meaningful skill tree upgrades upon leveling up and to purchase new mods for your suits. But the focus is now more on just pure gameplay, which is great. And again, when it comes down to cutscenes as well, we know these have been completely eliminated, so this is some exciting stuff. But it's the second paragraph that got a little bit more interesting, where Andrew said, taken to the web line and soaring across a wintry New York skyline is every bit as thrilling as it was before, and Miles develops into a fantastic hero. Now this follow-up doesn't have as much of a sinister punch, but it delivers some great plot twists that concludes with another eye-opening post-credit sequence that teases an exciting future for Insomniac's Spider-Man series. So again, this is something we've all been talking about, right? We know this game is not Spider-Man 2. We know that Peter Parker isn't the main character, right? So this is experiencing a brand new story, right? It's meant to be something completely different, and that's what makes it unique, and that's what makes it a ton of fun as well, right? But I think Spider-Man 2 is the game that is going to be completely different, and when I say that, I'm talking possibly the world might completely change as a whole as well, so that's something to look forward to. Now, regarding the villains in the game, Andrew Reiner did actually state that there's actually not as many villains in this game as you would basically expect, and that of course Rhino is essentially one of the main ones in this game, which again would make sense, right? I'm not really too, fussed with that situation, but he did say that a lot of other villains basically show up in cutscenes and get teased and so forth, but it never goes any further than just their cameo basically. So they will appear in more cutscenes, but again, it's not actually a situation where you'll engage in a battle with them. And he also did state that now being Miles Morales, of course, like if you had to compare him to Peter Parker in the sense of how many enemies will come at you and so forth, the waves are actually a lot less, so we're not going to be battling as many enemies as we would have basically with the waves with Peter Parker in Spider-Man PS4. But also that it's not a bad thing, stating that it works very well and smooth. Now don't forget, Miles Morales is still new, right? So he's still experiencing and learning all of this stuff, how to be a true hero. So I think that's the uniqueness of this game, and essentially it's just the opening door, I guess, the first opening door to what this game is going to be about. And again, whether or not Insomniac Games might just actually make this one like a yearly release and so forth, I don't really know. But what we do know is we're more than likely going to get Spider-Man 2 as well, maybe a lot sooner than we think. But also the fact that this was done in just a matter of 2 years, we're talking Miles Morales, a brand new character, a brand new story, that's definitely, I guess, just bravo to Insomniac Games. That is definitely a great achievement. But leave your thoughts on this stuff in the comments below. From the gameplay you've seen so far as well, all around the internet, what do you think? And what do you think about the suits? Get in the comments below, let me know. That's going to wrap up this one here. Subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.